Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
3 weeks after a car accident, a serious one, a Royal Oak commissioner dead at just the age of 48. We'll tell you what happened.
Also, he says something just didn't add up. New calls tonight for criminal charges in the case of a woman who died in the custody of Harper Woods police.
And a new turn in the long and painful saga in our state's history. $600 million is going to the city of Flint in the wake of the water crisis.
All coming up, but first we got to get to breaking news out of Melvindale as police say this baby is missing and may be in danger. They tell us 4-month-old Ivy De La Rosa was taken by her mother's boyfriend. His name is Richard De La Rosa, and he may be heading to family in either Detroit or perhaps Perrysburg, Ohio. Last seen driving a dark blue 2003 Mercury Montana, and we've got the Ohio plate number. It's GUL 5787. Ivy was last seen at a home on Dora Street, which is near Schaefer Road and Oakwood Boulevard in Melvindale. We will keep you apprised as police continue their search.
The preliminary settlement agreement announced today in the Flint water crisis is yet to be finalized.
But once it is, it will rank as one of the largest legal settlements in the state's history. And today, Attorney General Dana Nessel revealed where a lot of that money is going to go.
The majority of the funds will be used to settle claims filed on behalf of the children of Flint. And that means that roughly 80% of the funding coming from this settlement will go to support Flint's future, the younger generations and children whose lives were changed by this tragedy.
Hank Winchester's been following the Flint water crisis from the very beginning, and he spent the day there getting reaction. Hank?
This financial settlement for the people here in this community is huge. In fact, it is record-breaking. But the question that many want answered tonight is, how will this money really help change their lives? $600 million to Flint. The settlement details just released. The news now getting to those who may benefit. People like Burl Shaw.
I'm very skeptical about it.
Burl still relies on bottled water. He worries about his baby's health. He also doesn't trust Lansing. And he actually has little hope this money will change his life.
My son was 5 years old, and he has to take a bath for 2 to 3 minutes and get out immediately. You know, it's not fair.
Michigan's Attorney General and the governor releasing the big news this morning. Kamika Brown, who also relies on bottled water, is now hopeful. Hopeful after hearing about the settlement.
A lot of people have died, a lot of kids that are sick and that will be sick continuously well after the settlement is gone. And I think somebody should take responsibility for that.
The reality is many here are still struggling, and former Flint Mayor Karen Weaver doesn't think $600 million is enough.
I think it's a step in the right direction. I think the people deserve more, but I'm glad that it's finally happening.
Weaver also says the people in this city are still desperate for justice. Beyond the money, they want accountability.
We're strong. We keep telling people that we're Flintstone strong and Flintstone tough, and the fight is not over. The victory has not been completely won, and we will be looking for more.
Back out here live, this is, though, very big news for Flint, and especially the children of Flint, those who continue to suffer. And as far as the criminal investigation goes, don't think that just because this financial deal is laid out that is over. In fact, reassured today from the Attorney General of Michigan that the criminal investigation is ongoing. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank.
A big piece of that remains, of course. Hank, Dr. Mona Hanatisha, very central figure in this whole crisis, and I know you've been getting reaction from her as well today.
Yeah, Devin, we did reach out to Dr. Mona. She was tied up, but she did release a written statement. I want to share part of that with you tonight. She says, I am grateful to learn that this settlement was driven by community voices and respects the science of child development. This isn't the end of the story. Healing wounds and restoring trust will take decades and long-term resources. Remember, Dr. Mona Hanatisha helped expose this problem. She's on the ground there in Flint, and she is eager for this money to make its way to the city. Yeah. Back to you.
All right, Hank.
Our other top story here at 5, Royal Oak City Commissioner Kim Gibbs has died. You may remember Gibbs caused controversy after being spotted at a rally in Lansing not wearing a mask and was later arrested for shoplifting. Let's bring in Jason Colthorpe. He's live tonight. So, Jason, any word on what happened here?
Well, Kim, she had been in a coma for about 2 weeks. Family couldn't reach her. They found her unresponsive in her home after what they believe was a seizure. The city of Royal Oak announcing today the death of Commissioner Kim Gibbs. The post on the city's Facebook page says Gibbs was in a car accident August 1st, and despite her car being totaled, she seemed to be just slightly shaken up. But 3 days later, her family couldn't reach her by text, and Gibbs, who lives alone, was found unresponsive in her home by her mother after an apparent seizure. She never regained consciousness and died Thursday, 15 days later, at Royal Oak Beaumont. Gibbs, who'd been a commissioner since 2017, was asked to resign by Mayor Michael Fournier in April after appearing without a mask in Lansing to protest the governor's stay-at-home order. She was later ticketed for shoplifting after allegedly underpaying for groceries at Meijer. The city's Post noted those struggles, saying these past few months have been very difficult and stressful for Kim, and her health suffered as a result. Whether the seizure Kim suffered was due to the accident or the health concerns is presently unknown. Her legacy will be the positive way she touched our lives with her upbeat attitude and passion for helping people. Commissioner Kim Gibbs dead at just the age of 48, and I talked to Mayor Fournier just a short while ago on the phone, and he reiterated the good things about Kim Gibbs, and he chalked their political differences up to being part of a healthy democracy. And he said that when he got the call this morning, he was shocked and saddened, as well as his family, and he sends out just good wishes to Gibbs's family at this point. In Royal Oak, Jason Coulthorpe, Local 4.
Okay, Jason. A lawyer for the family of a woman who died in Harper Woods police custody says the officers involved should face criminal charges in the case.
That comes less than a day after 2 officers were fired for concealing evidence from state police investigators. Larry Spruill has the newest information in a case that keeps very quickly evolving. Larry?
The family was very concerned from the very beginning that something was untoward here, that something suspicious had occurred here.
That's why attorney Jeffrey Feiger says the family of Priscilla Slater is filing a lawsuit on behalf of her death.
She was taken into custody on June the 9th, and she was reported to her family to have died at 6 p.m. the next day on June the 10th, although she had really died about 12:30 p.m. on June the 10th. The circumstances regarding her death are presently, even to us, unknown. However, we are aware that her body and the facts and circumstances regarding her death were covered up by the Harper Woods Authority.
But Local 4 learned Harper Woods police fired 2 other officers, Deputy Chief John Forgich and Patrol Officer Michael Panu. City officials said they tried to conceal and manipulate evidence in the Slate's case. Feiger says he believes there's a lot more to this case.
Because it's obvious from our investigation that Ms. Slater was in need of medical care, was denied medical care, was ignored until her death. We're hoping that the prosecutor will bring charges for obstruction of justice and concealing evidence.
And we also reached out to Harper Woods Police Department, but we have not heard back just yet. We are live tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Larry, have we got any word yet about this evidence that they're accused of manipulating or hiding? Have we learned yet what that is?
And Devin and I asked Feiger that very question. He tells me his team is still looking into that, trying to investigate it. As far as they know, they simply say that it has something to do with their victim's body. He says if they simply would have called for help at the time of the emergency, she probably would still be alive. Devin?
Yeah. All right, Larry.
Now to the coronavirus, and today the state reports 419 new cases of the virus. That's 197 fewer than yesterday. They also report 19 new deaths from COVID-19, but says 11 of those came from a review of past vital records.
A Detroit police officer has filed a $10 million lawsuit against the Warren Police Department, claiming he was wrongfully arrested.
Donald Owens says he was also discriminated against during the whole ordeal. Let's get to Grant Herms. He's live tonight. Grant, the police report paints a pretty different picture here.
That report paints Officer Owens as belligerent, non-compliant, and allegedly drunk. Now, Officer Owens, who's been a police officer here in Detroit for 5 years, says that's not what happens, and his attorney says that officers lied on that report. In an afternoon press conference, Detroit police officer Donald Owens announcing he's suing the Warren Police Department for $10 million after he says he was wrongfully arrested last November. According to a police report, there was a car accident in Owens' yard at his home in Warren. According to police, Owens refused to give his name or occupation when asked. Officers say they could smell alcohol on Owens' breath and told him he could be arrested for disorderly conduct and asked Owens for his name again. Owens allegedly replying, "Go ahead. Lock me up." But Owens and his attorney say that's not what happened.
The officer arrested him basically made up some charges in order to justify arresting him.
While he was arrested, Owens says he was also abused and not given medical treatment when he asked for it.
I was polite the entire time, professional, and they took me to the precinct where another one of their co-workers verbally disrespected me and assaulted me, abused me.
This isn't the first accusation of racism within Warren Police. In 2018, the department's then only black officer sued for discrimination. And just this year, a Warren officer was caught on camera pulling a black Amazon driver from his truck for parking in the wrong direction. Advocates for Owens say his arrest is part of that pattern.
It's the racist white trouble that Warren visits upon black folks, whether they live there or visit there.
Now, ultimately, this will get played out in court, but Owens' attorney said today they'll likely be calling for a federal investigation into Warren PD and their practices. Back to you.
All right, Grant. Well, we've got a busy day here with a whole lot more to get to. Let's check in with Ben.
Just a little bit of heat today, Kim, but you're going to be really able to notice the difference starting tomorrow and waiting to see how long this next heat wave will last. That's all coming up next.
When Children's Hospital of Michigan called, dozens answered.
Everybody was there and I felt really good.
A story about hope and celebration next on Local 4.
All right, Jamie, but first, what we can expect on the final night of the Democratic National Convention as Joe Biden gets the center stage spot. That's next.